Welcome back, you guys, to the Beyond the Wrestling Gear podcast, where we don't just talk about wrestling, we go beyond it. Today, I have Brother Azriel here on the podcast to share his journey into professional wrestling and a whole lot more. Welcome, Brother Azriel.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man, it's been an exciting time. I mean, right now, wrestling is pretty hot, and I'm all about supporting the local independent scene. So, tell me how you got into wrestling. How did you start in the wrestling business?
With me, it's kind of like a long story. Like with a lot of people, they just go find a wrestling school, train there for like a year, and then they off, doing shows or whatever. For me, I was in South Georgia, going to Valdosta State University at the time, and in the South Georgia area, there's like barely any pro wrestling, indie wrestling at all, unless you watch it on TV. So there's barely any wrestling schools around. So what I did was I just went on Google, just trying to find wrestling schools I could travel to. During that time, the only two I could find was Dory Funk School. I think that was in Jacksonville, Florida, and then WWA4, which was in Atlanta. With A4 and with me being in Valdosta, that was like 3.5 hours away. So I already knew it wasn't going to be easy or wasn't going to be a smart choice for me to try to travel back and forth to train and go to school and work at the same time. It just would have been too much. But with the Dory Font School, which was about maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours from where I was going to go there. But what turned me away was they said that you might have to get into the ring like on your first day, like do like an actual show in the Banner Roy. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So I kept searching and searching, and I actually found a guy that was in the city that I was living in that actually did wrestling. His name was Tommy Dame. So I did one training session with him, just ran the ropes, did a bump and everything. And then he showed me how much it was to train a month. Then it was like $100, and I'm a broke college student, so I couldn't afford that. I then kept looking and looking, and I found a little small promotion in my area that's like 30 minutes away from where I was living. Was called SWA at the time. And SWA, it was actually NWA SWA. And that's what NWA was like, licensing out their name for other promotions during that time. So you have like NWA Anarchy and NWA SWA and stuff like that. So I went down there and talked to the promoter or talked to the owner about training and stuff like that. And after like two shows, start helping setting up the ring so I could actually train, run the ropes and everything, and just learn the basics. But it was not good on what I needed because it was on a monthly basis, so I need something more consistent. And then one of the days I'm at the show SWA, I hear over here people talking about there's a guy in Valdosta, the place that I'm living at, that has a ring in his backyard that trains people, and I'm like, that's perfect. So I talked to that guy, did some little promo contest, won it, and then started training there, and ever since been wrestling ever since and everything. So it's been a long ride and everything. So like I trained there and then learned under other people doing seminars and stuff like that. So like it's just trying to find bits and pieces to get to know what I need to do in wrestling.
Good for you, and especially the part about being a college student. I can relate to that. I remember going through college, and it was difficult, man, trying to get through all the
Yeah.
courses and all the classes. And I'm sure with you going to school and wrestling, I'm sure it's a huge burden to juggle.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been. It would have been.
So what were you studying in college?
Oh, actually, I was getting my during that time. Actually, afterwards. No, I was during the time when I was training and going to school. I was getting my master's in sociology.
Oh,
So I didn't actually start like wrestling. I didn't have my first match until like after I graduated from college and everything from my master's and stuff. So that was
smart.
like 2017, I think, during that time.
You take the smart way. That's smart, man. That really is.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it was like it was the only way I could do it. Like I said, like in South Georgia, it wasn't anything wrestling related except like one promotion there once a month or so. Training wasn't a thing at all, or even feasible for me. So I essentially had to wait till after I graduated to, start this journey.
Right. I mean, I studied sociology too, but I went up to bachelor's, so Yeah,
I
yeah,
got you. Nice.
I did UCF, so I went there.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, man. After you graduated and kind of started settling into your wrestling journey and kind of just you're just going through it now. What's been the I guess the most rewarding part of it so far?
It's been just cool meeting all the guys that I used to watch on TV. Yeah, that's been pretty cool. Like I did a show with Rhino like not too long ago. Got a picture of him. I did a show with Matt Cardona, with Jack Ryder, and he was in New Era. I think sometime last year. Uh, who else? Met Billy Gunn, met X Pac, Ernest the Cat Miller, Al Snow. That's just the cool part. Is just like seeing these guys I used to watch on TV, and now I'm like essentially in the locker room with them as well, which has been pretty cool.
Yeah, now you get to share you get some advice from some big names in the business and they can really help you elevate
Yeah,
your character and your understanding psychologically about the wrestling business.
right. Like for example, like the show I did a show with Hornswoggle one time, and then after my match, he pulled me and the guys that were wrestling aside and gave us critiques. I'm like, that's pretty cool. The Hornswoggle watched my match and just like, hey, this is what you can do better. I'm like, yes, sir. This is pretty cool. He's giving me advice.
Yeah, at least, they're willing to give you advice. I know some people in the business, they could be real assholes and not give you anything. You know, no, you do it on your own, buddy.
Right.
If you could wrestle somebody current or past, who would that be?
I'm probably gonna do, but let's see. If I could wrestle someone, okay. If I could wrestle someone current right now,
Yeah.
it'll be Ilya Dragunov.
Okay. Well,
Like I like it. I like his style. He looks like he just goes for your head, and I like that a lot.
you'd rather go
And a
strong
guy that
style.
I probably wrestled, yeah, and a guy that I probably wrestled in my past, probably because he was like one of my childhood favorite wrestlers is Goldberg.
But, huh?
Like if I could wrestle him, that'd be cool.
So you're willing to take this?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'll take it. If I was in a match with Rhino, I would have took the gore. I would have been like, hey, that's the first thing I'm taking, brother. I'm sorry. Just give me the gore. I have to take the gore. I don't
Well, I
care.
know you heard it first here. He'd rather take the gore from you.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's great, man. When you get to go into the wrestling business and actually meet your idols and just reminisce on how important they are and what you want to accomplish yourself. It's always so awesome.
Yeah.
You now I know a lot of wrestlers tend to, you know, work out, be active, stay fit for the ring. And I've never asked this before, but what's on your workout playlist?
It could range. There is literally a range of stuff. Like, but it depends. Like, if I'm like bench pressing or like lifting heavy, I have to listen to like something hard. But other than that, after I'm done with like all of that, I can listen to R&B and lift weights at the same time. It just depends on how I feel today. Like some days I don't feel like rock or whatever or rap. Some days I feel like listening to like Childish Gambino or Luther Vandross or something.
If there are two songs that I play on repeat when I'm in the gym, we're talking about 3 6 Mafia. Somebody's gotta get it, and it's a
Yep.
fight. And every time I go bench press, the only person in my back of my head, I'm like Mark Henry when he's doing the Hall of Pain.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm feeling in the gym. I'm about to put a hurting on these weights. Yeah, man, like that too. From your music to your gimmick to anything, it's important in wrestling. You know,
Mhm.
and obviously for you, you're trying to establish yourself. Like I was just talking about this to the previous guest. Like a lot of some wrestlers want to try to copy or mimic their childhood heroes, but in reality, you got to focus on yourself. Try to build your own image. I mean, it's
Right.
a lot tougher when you've grown up, like Dominic, he grew up with his dad, Ray. And so a lot of people
Uh-huh.
are already attributing him to Ray or to Eddie, because of how he looks, his gimmick and his mannerisms, which honestly, he does look like Eddie, with the hairdo and the beard.
Yeah.
I swear, like they can do a modern day storyline of Rhea and Dominic, and Dominic beat the IC
Uh-huh.
title, it'd be exactly the same thing. Modern twist
Yep.
to it. So where do you see yourself going as far as, future promotions, your career and whatnot?
Future promotions, I'm definitely gonna be out in Georgia a little bit more too as well. I got like one more promotion I'm most likely gonna go get on to as well. I think there's a Florida promotion. Someone hit me up about that. But like that's just the near future. But like the long term future, is just, to get signed one day. Like I think every wrestler's ultimate goal is to get signed to the WWE, so that's definitely mine as well. But like just to be signed, like I won't even mind get signed to TNA or MLW. That's
Yeah.
just some of the companies that I kind of like want to scratch off my list as well.
I mean, there's some pretty big talent out there, and like right now, we're just talking about the Hurt Syndicate in the last episode with MVP and
Mhm.
Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, and how we were just talking about how African American wrestlers or black wrestlers are so underrepresented right now because you don't see anyone as a big champion. Now they're so talented, like R-Truth. That man's a legend and a future Hall of Famer in and of itself, even though he doesn't have the championship to tell. But he is so good. He's
Right.
so good on the mic. He can wrestle. He can play a good face, play a good heel. Um, and I was like, I don't understand how they didn't put the belt at least once on him. The WWE Championship on him.
True.
They should have. They should at least once, even if it's like a week run.
They really should. Like our Troop is one of those guys that you forget how good he is because like right now he's doing like the comedy gimmick and everything. But like if you look at Truth in NWA when he was NWA
Yeah,
champ, like you
yeah.
see that this guy could go even still can go today. It was some of the younger guys, but yeah, Truth is definitely. I believe he's definitely deserving of at least one good title reign with the belt.
Yeah, and I'm sure you see yourself heading up there at some point, being able to challenge for one of the top titles and being a champion and just, being proud of yourself and proud of the company.
Mhm. All
How
right.
do you feel about the current situation in wrestling right now?
I feel like it's definitely in the boom period right now. It's exciting, especially like what WWE is doing. It's more exciting than it's ever been, especially with the storylines. You're solely invested in all of the storylines of what's going on. It's like, for example, Jada and Naomi. Like, there's people that don't watch wrestling or haven't watched wrestling in a while. They saw that and be like, "Hey, what's going on? I want to see how this plays out." Like, the storylines there, they're just really good, and they're just sucking people in and every week. And I'm one of the people that get sucked in every week on the storylines.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, and then you see the differences between each wrestling company, like AEW for example, they're more hardcore, as far as like their matches, what they do.
Yeah,
There's so much blood in every single show. Like it's almost way too much blood. And like I was
yeah,
just talking about the match between Moxley and Copeland and how they kind of overdid it with the spike segment and how when he hit Moxley with Spike and Spike got stuck to his back and then they ripped it out of his back. It was like, oh, like you don't have to see that.
yeah,
And it's like, people were concerned about him too. Like he was
yeah.
legitimately hurt and like, but I mean, each company does everything differently and some people like it hardcore and some people don't. You just gotta accept the way it is. So did you grow up liking wrestling when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, always. Like I was like during the Monday Night Wars and stuff like that, I'll be the one switching from Monday Night Raw to WWE. Even when ECW was around, I'll still be switching to that channel too as well when they was on too. But so yeah, I've been wrestling fan ever since basically the Attitude Era.
Bro, I'd be doing the karate chop every day during lunch period. Teachers are like, "Stop doing that, or you're getting suspended." They caught on to it, like, the T-shirts, kids would get sent
Yeah,
home to the T-shirts because back in the day, them T-shirts those T-shirts were statements. They were brutal,
yeah,
you know? Showed up with
like
the
that.
DX shirt that says "Suck it on it," they'll be like, "Go to the principal's office."
Yeah, they are responsible for a lot of suspensions, a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, AEW's doing the same stuff too now with their shirts. I don't know if you noticed their shirts every time they post one. It's something vulgar now.
Yeah, yeah, I think I kind of seen a few of those too as well. I'm trying to be edgy as well.
Yeah, like now it's and like the Miz, he literally like he kind of is there, but it's like on edge. He's like,
Uh-huh.
his last shirt, "My balls are massive." Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
like,
that
I'm
one.
surprised they actually printed that and put it on WWE.com. I'm like, heck
Yeah.
no. I'm like, y'all are tripping. Yeah, but but we're at a point where wrestling is like we said, it's hot right now and people are really invested in it. And we just had two massive debuts in between Penta and Phoenix within the last few
Oh
months,
yeah.
which they're great. So they're one of the two of the top luchadors in the industry right now.
Hmm.
And I see bigger and brighter things for every company, and I'm hoping. Are you watching?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got whatever channel is gonna be Netflix or Peacock. I got both of them,
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm not missing WrestleMania.
yeah. No, I'm not missing it either. I am gonna watch. The only match I'm really looking forward to is Cena and Cody. That's about it. Everything else can just sit in the back burner.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Another one I'm looking forward to is Naomi and Jade. I'm looking forward to that one. Let's see, Gunther and Jay. I'm gonna look forward to that one, and of course, I got to see. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of twists and turns in the triple threat between Seth, CM Punk, and Roman
Yeah,
Reigns.
because I don't know
There's gonna be a
if you
lot
saw Monday
happening.
night, but Seth is like, now you owe me a favor to Paul, and now I'm curious, like,
Yeah, I saw that
what
too.
favor is that now? I mean, what does he have up his sleeve?
Yeah,
Is he gonna turn it into a title shot? Is he gonna tell him that Punk's not gonna be a part of the match? I don't know.
so I'm definitely excited for that one.
Yeah, it's and then Jade and Naomi. I know they have some beef going on too. Major beef ever
Yeah,
since Elimination Chamber.
I think that's gonna be a good one right there. That match.
Yeah, we need a bigger build up to the women's division too.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, especially like for the main titles and stuff like that. Because like I know they got Tiffany and Charlotte and everything, but like I feel like that's kind of being overshadowed a little bit as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I'm hoping the whole card in general is great, and then I'm hoping that they don't use Jay as a transitional champion, you know,
Right.
where they don't do what they did to Kofi, because they did Kofi dirty.
Yeah. 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 I remember
Yeah,
that.
they did him
Yeah.
dirty with
Hopefully,
Lesnar.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do right for the next champion. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, because they did him dirty, and I was like, this was Vince's doing, because Triple H wouldn't have done that.
Right.
I mean, they kind of did recently with what was it? Was it the tag titles or was it? Yeah, it was no, the women's tag titles. They've been hot potatoing those belts like crazy.
Oh yeah. Can't remember who's the current women's tag champs now.
It's like,
Been around so much. Okay. Uh-huh. Bailey? Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Same. I don't feel like they're gonna switch it that quick like that.
no, they can't because it's too early. And Lyra doesn't need another belt.
Right? Yeah, because you're already Intercontinental champ right now.
And I think Bailey's already been tag team champion already once or twice.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, so it doesn't make any sense. It's just gonna be a normal tag match, and they're gonna retain, and that's about it. And I feel bad for KO
Mm-hmm.
how he got hurt, but I do want to see that. Why? Because I feel there's gonna be a swerve, and I feel like he's making it up. I feel like something's gonna happen where he's gonna pop up and hit him with the package pile driver or cause him some match. I don't think he's legitimately injured. That's just my
That'd
opinion.
be cool. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be so cool if he does do that. Right. And think about I could see that happening. I could really see that happening.
Yeah, like I don't know. He said he was legitimately injured, but I don't see it. I think he's playing it off.
Well, we'll definitely see next weekend. Definitely see
And
next
then who do you
weekend.
think Randy's opponent's gonna be? Is he gonna be Malachi Black? I feel like Black's coming back. He's gonna.
That'd be I didn't even think about that. I forgot that. Yeah, he's dang, he did get released for stop working for AEW. So it'd be cool. It'd be cool if it was his opponent. And now I'm kind of hoping it is because like I want to hear his theme song coming back and everything with the lights and everything, I know his entrance would be so cool. And Malachi Black is his opponent.
Yeah, like, and but at the same time, I kind of want Aldis to step back in the ring.
I feel like Nick Aldis is still in great
He
shape. I
still
mean,
is.
yeah, he's playing that GM role right now, but like I know for a fact he can still go. He can still go.
Yeah, he it wasn't too long ago he was at NWA and was the NWA World Champion.
Yeah, he was. Like that's when like Billy Corgan bought it and he became the champion. Was the champ for a good minute too.
Yeah, so he can. He said he would wrestle. He would want to come back and wrestle. So who knows?
Yeah.
He might make that pop up during Mania, or he might he. I feel like what's gonna happen is he'll come out in full gear, and all of a sudden then Malachi's music hits like he'll be in the ring with Randy Orton. The ref will start the match,
Uh,
and all of a sudden you hear the lights will go out, and then Malachi Black comes out in his place, and then
that'd be
and
cool.
they're gonna ring the bell. Malachi Black hits him with his finisher, ends the match, and then causes Randy his WrestleMania match, and then they feud.
I mean, I would definitely not mind a Malachi Black and Randy Orton feud. That'd be cool.
And did you see his last promo on Friday night with the Bloodline, Randy and the Bloodline? That was hilarious.
I saw a little snippet of it on Instagram.
He's
Yeah.
like, I'm talking to both of you, especially you, Tama, and he does a yee thing, with him.
Yeah.
Everybody's cracking up, like he actually did it. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good Mania. I have a feeling for it.
It is. It really is.
So, how long have you been wrestling for?
I think like God, I forgot like 7 6 7 years
Oh,
now.
so you've been at it for a while, and you're one of the veterans, I say.
Yeah, getting close to being a vet. I think they say 10 years is when you're considered a vet, so it's getting close.
And it seems like you've definitely enjoyed the journey so far.
Right, really have.
So if you had a certain promotion like now that you've seen a lot of independent promotions, there's someone particular you're looking at right now that you're like, I want to be there like right now, just because it's the hottest indie promotion out there.
Well, I mean, there's definitely some promotions I definitely want to get up to. There's one, I think it's in Kentucky, Gen Next. I think that's the name of it though, but that's definitely one I want to get up to. I think Larry D runs that one. I met it one time in New Era. There's another one up around New Jersey, New York area. I think a Bree Combat Wrestling, BCW, I think is the name of it. So I definitely want to hit up that one. But like a promotion that I really like will want to wrestle at. They haven't ran the show in a long time. It feels like 2 years, but PWG Pro Wrestling Gorilla,
Oh yeah,
like that. I feel like that's like
I think they shut down because of what Joey Ryan did. The allegations of him. Because he used to own
yeah.
the
But I mean,
company.
like
Yeah.
dang. But yeah, with that show PWG, I feel like that was like the top of the top indies. So like if that would have been like a bucket list show for me right there.
Yeah, I mean, unless they revive it, somebody buys it and says, "Oh, we're gonna revive PWG," then they'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think he used to own that company, and then a bunch of stuff came out about him, and females, and it's a whole story. It's a whole different story. So yeah, I mean, the future is bright in wrestling, and the future's bright for you, man.
appreciate it. Yeah.
So where can my audience find you? Like your socials, where you're wrestling next.
But I'm on essentially every social media platform: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, and even TikTok. Just follow me, brother Azriel. That's brother, and then Azriel, Azriel, and you'll see my face and my picture and everything. And then just give me a follow there, and so you can keep updated with where I'm gonna be at.
Sounds like a plan. I mean, Rhino, now you know where to find him.
Exactly.
Hey, so it's been a pleasure, brother, to have you on today, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I look forward to seeing where your journey goes. And like I said, you're more than welcome to come back on if you ever need to promote anything, or you want to talk about something in relation to wrestling,
Okay,
man.
cool.
I'm open.
Okay, cool. Definitely hit you up some more, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. And as always, you guys can listen to this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and every other major podcasting outlet out there. And as always, remember, we don't just talk about wrestling, we go beyond the wrestling gear. This is David signing off. Until next time, thanks, brother Azrael.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, man. Until next time.
All right, dude.